Howdy folks, my name is Gabe. We're going for a hike today in western New York. It's in state forest land. My last video I was in Ohio at a metro park, really nice, lots of trails. Here, no trails. We got this dirt road, a little maintenance road we're going to dip into, but then we're just going to spend the day zigzagging around in the forest. And this is one of my favorite little spots here. It's an area that's been used for logging, so they're planted in these rows that just look kind of cool and creepy, and depending on the weather and what we find, is sometimes a little magical. It'll get really mossy up here in a little bit. And already just found what used to be an animal, a lot of fur. Hiked in this area a lot in the past, and I found a lot of bones in this little area. In fact, as I speak, we have a bone right there, got some jaw bones, a bit of a spine. I'm guessing this is deer. I'm not an expert, but it looks big enough that probably. Here's the skull. Actually looks pretty cool. I might try to bring that home with me since it's so close to where I started. It'll be easy to find. I don't think I'm going to carry it with me all day, but I might come back for that. That's very cool. Already off to a good start. If I sound a little stuffed up, I'm just getting over a cold. Try to edit out all my hacking and coughing and sneezing if I can. I'm feeling pretty decent at this point, so I think I'll make it. Birds singing. Here's another random bone. Looks older. Let's see, there's bones all over in here for some reason. Interesting pile of rocks here. Something might live down in there. Ferns growing. It's a nice day today. It's not cold but cool, like right around 60 degrees and a little damp. The forecast actually says there's a small chance of rain or even a brief thunderstorm, but I'm not too worried about it. I do have my raincoat packed just in case. Just Noticing all these tiny little things here. Are these plants or mushrooms? They're everywhere. So tiny. I'm not sure if I've ever seen these. Anyone out there knows what these are? Let me know. They almost look like they are a type of mushroom. Have to do a little research once I get home. This area is covered in them. I'm hoping to find lots of interesting mushrooms today, since we're getting into the season and it's all damp. In fact, here's a bunch of mushroom growth. Ooh, mushrooms and slugs. This little slug buffet. You guys enjoying all these mushrooms you're eating? Someone's hiding down below. There's slugs all over. You guys. These little tiny white mushroomy things are still all over, everywhere. Neat to just look down these long rows that seem so perfect, but it's because they were planted, so they can be logged. This is kind of cool over here. This tree, it's just full of holes, it's oozing sap everywhere. Holes just go up, 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 up. Neat. Another perfect row. Mushroom growth, scenic, pretty stuff, the moss. Nice and green over here. these mushrooms are. See some growing over here. Nothing too exciting. This one's kind of cool. Just because it's all slimy and getting devoured by slugs. The slugs are loving mushrooms today. Oh yeah, here's a bunch over here. Yeah. So, any experts out there want to confirm this, but I think all these little black lines, it's just snail poop. Right? I mean, I think they're just gorging themselves on mushrooms and pooping it right out. Finding different poop in the woods is fun sometimes. I really just don't know what direction I want to go. Every direction looks good. It seems like there's going to be stuff to see no matter where we go. So I'm just going to keep zigzagging and wandering around. Curious to see what my hike is going to look like. I've got it tracking, so at the end I'll post up on the screen a picture of the whole hike. You can see all the little zigzags and see where we went. I have a basic idea of where I want to end up. I just don't really have a plan of how I want to get there. The sun's coming out even more than it was when I got here, so I'm less and less worried about getting rained on. Of course, things can change pretty quickly. You never know. I'm ready. I got a raincoat. Back into these rows of planted pines for a little bit. I've seen this tree before, or grouping of trees. It's pretty cool. You can see there's one big tree coming up the middle. There's one over there, and then there's all these other smaller ones that kind of circle around it. Almost seems out of place next to these perfectly planted rows of pine. Also looks like lots of little holes. The critters living in here. Yeah, this side's even fresher dug up. Rows. It's like a whole wall of green here we have to get around, so we'll just go this way for a while till we can go through it or around it. Just looks so thick and green and beautiful out here. Seems like just yesterday it was snowing and everything was still dead. But the thing, once things start to come back to life, they just keep coming hard. No stopping it now. It's gonna be beautiful and green for the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. At least 3. Well, I think fall's my favorite season, so I'm always looking forward to that. Colors changing, temperatures dropping. Oh, well, I can't get ahead of myself. It's not even fully summertime yet. Just enjoy each season as it comes. Look how it just randomly will turn into these vibrantly green areas. Go from brown to green, brown to green. Interesting. It's a big pile of rocks, trees growing out of. Small rocks. I see these rock piles a lot in different forms throughout these forests, and I've said it before in some other videos, but I always like to think that they're some kind of giant or Bigfoot grave or there's treasures underneath, but a lot of cases they're probably left from old roads maybe that were here 100 to 200 years ago. Anyway, oh, look at this little feller or gal. Little folds in its stomach. I love these little things. Newts, I believe. Sometimes I refer to them as salamanders, but I think salamanders are bigger, more commonly like a green or brown. Those little things are newts, I believe. Open to corrections. Oh, there's another one, a little guy, hiding. There are some spots where they can be so prolific that I'm just so worried about stepping on them. I've got to thankfully they're bright green. If you're watching your steps, you'll probably be able to avoid them. if I don't, I gotta hope we're on squishy enough ground they just get squished into the ground and then shake it off. Definitely don't like hurting anything out here. Okay, we're moving out of the more rigidly planted area into a little more of a wild section, which I prefer. It can be a little more difficult to walk through, but I just like it's a little more wild. If you're patient and you're looking around and not rushing, you can usually find a way through that's not too hard. Opens up quite a bit over here. It's a nice little area. This mossy trees, pretty cool. You hear those birds? They're really singing over here. Kind of amazed for how damp it is. The bugs are not very bad today. That's my least favorite part probably of hiking in the warmer weather. It starts to get really buggy. Mosquitoes, and gnats, and flies, and different things. Now, I may be speaking too soon. Before I'm done, I may get swarmed with some bugs, but so far, it's actually quite pleasant in that regard. There are certainly bugs out. I see lots of little random things flying here and there, but not to any excessive degree or to any big annoyance. See an interesting tree to check out before we keep moving. Leftover dead tree. Big. Oh yeah. Almost looks like a throne for some kind of forest deity. Sit right there. Rule over this portion of the forest. Cool. Tree that fell. Oh yeah, there's all these cool holes and stuff. It's like a hotel on this side. Neat. tree sprung a leak. Tummy ache or something. Mini swamp. Go around it instead of through it. Well, I got my boots on today, my rubber boots, because I'm hoping to get to a nice creek for a little bit of a creek walk. A pile of stones. Grave sites or treasure sites, which we are not allowed to dig up out here. I'm just going to be happy that I'm allowed to hike out here. I mentioned this before, in the state forest land, a lot of these, even if they don't have trails, and even if they do, you're allowed to hike freely on the property, as long as you're, you know, following certain rules, leave no trace kind of stuff. I would recommend anywhere you want to go hiking, you want to check the rules and regulations of what you're allowed to do. A lot of different types of outdoor lands to enjoy, different levels of strictness, because we're even allowed to freely camp out here, again following certain rules, be certain distance from water and certain distance from roads, or if there are trails, from the trails. You pack everything out that you bring in. But it's nice that they have these areas out here with these options for this more primitive and wild use. Nice variety. I like a good trail in a well-maintained park sometimes, but I've mentioned this before too, I just like to be alone out here, and can be pretty confident I'm not going to pass another hiker if I'm not even on a trail in a forest that has no trails. Now the only time I might be more likely to see somebody out here is hunting season. I have a feeling that this forest and ones like it are more likely utilized during hunting season, because you are allowed to hunt out here in the proper seasons with proper permits and whatnot. But I don't do that. I don't like killing stuff, and I don't eat the animals either, so there's no reason for me to go hunting, and I don't want to. I do like hunting with a camera for pictures and videos of cool things, animals and mushrooms and plants. I'm still a little bit stuffed up and have a little bit of a leftover cough. It feels really good to be out here moving and getting fresh air, even though I feel like I'm moving a little bit slower than I normally would. No snails on these ones, at least not right now. Myself in the eye with a stick. Ouch. Or just below my eye, but still, ouch. Spot a cluster of mushrooms in the distance. Let's go investigate. Or maybe not. No, it's just bark. I thought that tan colored section here was going to be a clump of mushrooms, but nope. That's happened to me a lot. You see that from a distance and think, oh, a clump of mushrooms. Nope. Just some exposed wood. This is kind of cool. This tree bent and it's broken, looks dead even. But then got 1, 2, 3. Looks like younger living trees growing out of it. Trees blow my mind constantly, the things they can do. This one right here, it's like a hand, 5-fingered tree coming out of one big stump, reaching way up. Nature is always a wonder to me. Fascinating. There's probably so many things that can be explained so easily with the basic knowledge of botany and whatever other sciences are involved, but if you haven't figured it out, I don't know what I'm doing or talking about. Just a regular feller. Always in awe. A neat little creek. It's not the main one that I'm shooting to find eventually, but kind of cool. We're just going to cross it though. All near it. It's hard to tell what's going on here, if it's going to get messy or not. But let's see. We'll follow it a little bit. It's a little messy over here, but nothing my boots can't handle. I think we'll get right down into the creek. Fork here, coming from that side too. Oh, yeah, let's follow this creek for a while. It's a little bit deeper there. Turned out to be a pretty cool little creek walk. Not even the one I was planning on yet. It's really kind of a neat little area back here. stump. Bit of a dead tree. Nice. If you're still watching and listening, chime in the comments and let me know, do you like these rougher, no trail, creek walking kind of expeditions that I do, or do you like the last episode, episode 12, where I was in a really nice, well-defined park? I'm gonna keep doing both of them, but I'm just curious what you all like. What do you like to watch, and what do you like to do if you're actually out hiking? Oh, this is cool. First slug hanging out on this rock, and then one of these fellers just hanging out cool in his tail in the water. Nice. Surprised I haven't heard any frogs jumping off from the sides yet. They're out there because I feel like just last time, or maybe the time before that I was hiking out, some frogs were jumping off puddles. There's a ridge up there, nice and sunny. Tempted to go up there, but I don't know, I kind of like staying down in this little creeky area. This creek has me intrigued. And from here, it doesn't look like there's anything special up there. It's just a little more sunshine. Yeah, let's follow this creek still. This is good. Let's get through that thick part there. Get back onto the creek. Around here a bit. Squishy. Okay. Back to this creek. I heard someone jump. Oh yeah, I see him. Oh no, he got away, hid before I could get him filmed. Although, as long as we're looking over here, it's a pretty interesting fossil rock. Let's rinse some of the mud off. Neat. Another one right below it that I was sitting on. Oh, these creeks are full of these cool fossil rocks. Oh, that's a nice view. That's where we're going. This is interesting. It's just, this is all big fossil rock. One giant rock. Let's see like the holes in fossils. Wow. I don't know if I've ever been on this creek. I've been in this forest. There's neat holes. I wonder what kind of things there are to discover down there. Ooh, buddy. Squish, squish, squish. There's another little friend. He's a really little guy. Nice little area. So scenic lately. Oh, I almost stepped on him or her. Trying not to gender these things because I have no idea what they are, but I can't help but say guys and fellers sometimes. I'm working on it. Oh, that's slippery. This is cool. Spinach. It's got like grass and moss growing over it. Ooh. Naturally occurring dam here from collected wood. I don't think beavers made this, but I could be wrong. Just looks like probably from flooding, stuff collecting in the rocks. Oh. Forest looks nice up there. This tree. Big old mushroom. As big as my hand stretched out. Every direction looks good. I just want to be everywhere at once. Back in the creek. Where is this creek taking us? It looked so small and insignificant when we first found it. It's been awesome. was going to take it easy on myself today since I'm just getting over being sick, but I can't help but get sucked into a creek walk. If I wanted to take it easy, I should have gone somewhere with trails. But I chose here, and I'm happy with my choice. I'm probably just going to be real tired when I'm done and go home, which is okay, because I can sleep. Nice. Here's a good mushroom find. Look at it without slipping and falling in the water. It's the American version of the reishi, I believe. And I see an even nicer one over there. Not sure if I want to take it or not. I'm tempted. Take a look at it. There's this weird little nubby one. That's cool. This one's pretty nice. Oh, it's got a slug on it though. Might be claiming it. Yeah, I don't think we're going to take them, but very nice to see them a little fresher. I see a lot of them pretty old and worn out. They look cool when they're fresh like that. Very vibrant in color. Starting to sweat. Combination. Temperatures going up. It's definitely higher than 60. And then also walking. Ooh, here we go. These are even better. Look at those. Those are really nice. These are huge. See? Bigger than my outstretched hand. Nice. A bunch of spider webs, which is not uncommon to happen. This is a fork in the creek. Oh. It's like I'm checking my map right now. It looks like maybe this connects to the bigger creek that's on the map that I was heading for anyway. So we kind of followed this creek north, and if I'm correct, then this is just going to connect into a branch of the creek on the map. Maybe we can follow that south and make ourselves a little zigzag. This shouldn't be the big creek on the map unless the map is wrong, which is, you know, sometimes the case. Things are not exactly where they are. These are neat. See, like how they're got that purple on the tips. Purple and green. That's cool. Okay, these logs. Okay, made it through there. Detour off the creek because these cool little bright orange mushrooms. Again, the slugs are after them. They must be delicious to the slugs. I don't think we're supposed to eat them. The ones in the crack even. That's cool. Okay. This nice fork here. I'm gonna keep going north on this creek though for a little while, just to see what we see different. Cool mossy stump area. Slipping and sliding in the rocks. That's cool. Slippery. Goes even more fresh Reishi. Big ones. Cool. Walking into cobwebs. Scenery's changing a little bit again. See some big mushroom over here I'm going to try to take a look at. Even though it looks like it's guarded by a swamp. We can get through it in our boots. That's a nice cluster. I don't know well enough. Those might be actually hen of the woods, perhaps. I'm not positive. I don't know enough to how to take them, but if anyone knows, they can chime in. The slug seems to enjoy them. I can see some more down. They're off the log there. I don't think they're showing up on camera. Oh, let's get out of the swampy area. Okay. scenic. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think I see chicken of the woods. Let's see. I think I do. Oh, wow. These are nice ones. Pretty cool. Everyone loves these mushrooms, mushroom people, because they really do have the texture of chicken when you cook them up. It's exciting. Usually I don't see these till later in the season, but they surprise me sometimes. You know, folks, I had almost decided to turn around on this creek just a few minutes ago. I'm so glad I didn't, because I would have missed those chicken in the woods. I went ahead and cut off just a few small pieces to take home. I never want to take all of it if I see it. But those were just so like fresh and perfect. I figured. I'll snatch them up. Oh, and speaking of delightful orange, here's more delightful orange hanging out on the rock. Oh, what a wonderful day. I'm so glad I came out today. I almost didn't. I woke up this morning feeling a little stuffed up still, and when I checked the forecast, it said, oh, there might be a thunderstorm this afternoon. I thought, I don't know, do I want to mess with all this? But I let myself wake up and decided to go for it. And boy, am I glad that I did. We've seen so much cool stuff today. I've got some mushrooms to bring home. And we're still not even done yet. Although we will be turning around soon. As I was checking my GPS a few minutes ago, and it looks like this creek will eventually leave the state forest land into someone's private land. So we'll turn around before we cross over, which will be pretty soon actually. Just can't help but go a little bit farther just in case there's some more cool mushrooms to see. Big rock is pretty cool. It's got a tree growing out of the top of it. Maybe this will be our turnaround spot, because we are getting close. I don't see any signage. Oh, you know, I see a little spray paint on the tree over there. Usually that's an indicator of the border. So yeah, I think this big rock is our spot to turn around before we accidentally start walking into private land. I'll get distracted, pop out into some Amish family's backyard. A lot of communities like that around here. Don't want to spook them. So I think we'll begin our journey south. folks, so I climbed up the ridge here. Here's the creek down below that we were coming up north on. We're going south now. I figured I'd get up on this ridge to see if there's anything different happening up here. At least for a while. We'll probably dip back down to that creek at whatever point it needs to split where we met from the other direction. Some noisy birds. Oh, these things are everywhere. Newt City. Hi, buddy. Hello, Mr. Newt or Mrs. Newt. Stream down there. Yeah, we came up from down there. We looked at those mushrooms on that log. There's another one. It's pretty mucky up here. It's messier up on the ridge than it actually was down in the creek. So I have to keep hesitating and debating which direction I'm going to go to not slip, hurt myself. It's nice to get a view from a different angle, but it's a little tricky walking up here. This is the kind of stuff I get myself into. That's why I make the videos, so you can watch me get stuck in struggle without having to do it yourself. This is a little better. Oh, it's definitely a day for rubber boots. When I first parked and was ready to start, I almost forgot to put them on. I just had my simple hiking sneakers on. I was so excited to get out, I just started walking. I was like, oh, I better put on my rubber boots. It's been rainy. It is messy out here, so I made the right choice. I'd be on a very different hike without these rubber boots on. Oh, it's like a jungle out here. Oh, this is cool looking. This looks really messy. Let's test it out, see if we can make it through without getting our boots fully stuck in the mud. All right, it's soft, but it's not as deep soft as I thought it was going to be. So we can make it. I think this looks like the creek, which I was going to follow again. Looks like it gets a little thick. Oh wait, can't decide. It looks like maybe we could go over there. Maybe this is a little offshoot. Either that or we have to go up and around that way. I think we'll just cross right here over there though, because it looks like it could be what we're looking for. I don't think there's a whole great distance even left on the creek before we were going to pop out on the road. Okay. It's a cool little spot to enter into. Roots. A couple of these trees. Okay. It's pretty thick here. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to go up here and follow next to the creek, at least around this bend. It's just so thick. We'll go up and around this. A lot of fallen trees and branches here. Let's go around a little more. waterfall. So we had to climb up and out of the creek. It's right over here, just because there's so much fallen debris. I went up on the ridge over there first, but that's even worse. It's really bad up there. So looks like we could get through this on this side. And you can see just a lot of stuff came down over here. Some of it is from old logging, looks like, but it's like just a lot of fallen bits and pieces. So we can kind of get back on the creek briefly. Let's what's over there. Let's stay over here. It looks a little clearer. Not as scenic looking, but it looks like we could actually get through. Over there, I'm not so sure. Of course, now there's all this stuff here. All right, we'll go right down the middle. We'll find our way out of here. Oh, some sunshine. Yeah, we're getting through. Just a little thick. Oh. Looks like it curves up that way a little bit, but easier for us just to keep going straight ahead. It's cool. Big dead stumps. Moss-covered trees. Hello, birds. See, just devastation. Trees crushed all the way up. These logs fall. Maybe we can get back on the creek for a little bit. See how long it lasts. There's stuff in front of us. There's a little obstruction. It's nice and scenic. I haven't seen any cool mushrooms in a while. Although that could just be because I'm getting worn out and I'm pushing through all this thick stuff and I'm just not looking as close. They're easy to miss. Sometimes I surprise myself when I spot them from so far away, but they can be so easy to miss right under your feet. You can comment below if you're watching this and you've seen me walk past some good mushrooms without noticing them. I'd be interested to know. Okay, can we get back on the creek? Looks like it's a little bit more clear. Clogged up here. Let's see if I can just squeeze around this. Okay, made it. You can tell we're getting close to civilization because there's trash. It's like an old Folgers coffee can. Clean up after yourselves, folks, if you're out in the woods. Don't just leave your trash. Buddy here. This is a nice bit of creek to walk. Not blocked. More garbage. Oh, tire, great. Lovely people. Folks, I think I see a culvert, which leads me to believe up that ridge is the road. Do a quick investigation over here. There's that. And there's another tire from some awesome people. Well, there's a bunch of them. Oh, this must be a tire dump, I guess. You people. I don't know who's doing it, but I'm not happy. A bunch of tires down here. Yep, there's more on this side. Let's just toss them as they drive by. Idiots. Disrespectful people. Okay. Looks like we just have to shimmy up this ridge and we'll be on the road. Oh, well folks, I had to turn the camera off to go up this ridge because it was so steep and I was slipping. Just barely catching my breath. Like I mentioned earlier, I am getting over being sick. And I think I really wore myself out today, but it feels good. We made it out onto the forest road. So I'm just going to wander back to where I parked and head home for the day. Maybe take a little nap. But thanks for watching and coming hiking with me. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Try to encourage others to do so. I'm a pretty small channel right now and I'm not looking to get rich and famous or anything, but I would like to get a little more legit. So please subscribe, like, comment, do all that good stuff and encourage others to do so as well so we can grow this channel a bit. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks.